Mate, another day, another episode. Why were we, what? I hate that.
Hello.
Every time you play that freaking instrument, man, I have to like turn down your gain when I'm editing the episode because it's so loud. It's so loud.
I feel like people don't know if it's a sound effect or not, and I love that because it's actually real.
Yeah, Connor is actually sat there.
For the love, Aiden.
Connor sat there playing a harmonica every week, and it drives me insane. Anyways, we got.
Thanks for the peace and love, Aiden. I will keep using it.
Yeah, I've only egged you on here, haven't you?
Peace and love.
Anyways, me and Connor back here today. Connor, I see you got a beautiful photo of Stephen and Russell T Davis behind you once again.
Yeah, so I try and change my Zoom background, which makes no difference to anyone watching or listening because, you can't see it. But yeah, I try and change it each time, but I'm like, I can't change this classic. It's the Wolverine meme where Wolverine's looking at a framed photo, and in it's a photo that Russell and Steven took together. And where's the Chibnall? Like, do you know this about Chibnall? There's no like video interviews. There's no like photos that really get released. There's like 2 photos I've seen of Chibnall for like his Doctor Who press.
There was just something so special about like Russell and Moff, just like their banter together. Even now, like they have such a good sense of humor together. Like they did that interview in Doctor Who magazine a few months back. That's hilarious.
I don't. Do you reckon I don't know. Do you reckon they like even chat to Chibnall? I don't think they do. I don't think they even chat.
I don't think they do that much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be curious as well. Remember there was all that banter back in the day when I think Moffat commented on one of Russell's posts, and it was like a Christmas post of like a Christmas Dalek, and Moffat commented saying, "Oh, at least you got it up in time for Christmas," when it was obviously the first New Year's special was about to happen. That was funny.
It's at least like in like cheeky ass comments. Nah, it's hilarious that they actually hang out. Like, it's pretty funny. I love that.
It is.
And I honestly, I feel like Chibnall was such a private person. He doesn't. All of his interviews are like written interviews. Like, he doesn't have any social medias. Yeah. I feel like he's just a very personal. Keeps himself to himself. You know what Chris Chibnall looks like. What?
He kind of looks like a crocodile. Have you ever thought of that? You know how some people they say look like reptiles.
No, not really.
Have you ever thought Chris Chibnall looks like a reptile?
Are you bleeding into the idea that that whole Illuminati theory where people are lizards?
Yeah. I think Chris Chibnall is a lizard.
He's feeding us propaganda through Doctor Who, through Jodie's era.
He is.
I've never thought that personally, but hey, man, each is their own. You've got to. I'm looking forward to season 13 when we get another promo image of Chris Chibnall standing in front of the TARDIS. I think,
and he'll say the same thing. This season, the Doctor is off on new adventures with new friends.
And that's like exciting and scary.
Literally, all his press coverage is every fucking year. He literally did one like 2 weeks ago saying the exact same thing. What a guy!
Literally, it's like Chris Chibnall's PR team puts together a sentence, and it's the same one every single time. It's interesting. He's a funny guy. I saw this Twitter thing today, and it really got me thinking because I saw 2 creators I really liked it. One was Crispy Pro, and the other one was I completely forgot who the other one was. But it's 2 creators I really like, and it was basically a post about a guy saying how much he like loves Chibnall's era and how he respects it for taking the risks that it has. And I agree. Although I don't like it, I agree that he took risks, and I don't think it paid off very well. But you got to admit he took risks. But he also said that like he just was like people just give it hatred just to give it hatred, and I don't know. It's like a weird line because I feel like I've kind of questioned everything I've said on this show, and I wonder if people look at me and think if I've said anything that makes people think that about me. I don't know. I
think with you, like you're always there on the line of like
you
want it to be good. You're not going into each episode being like, oh, wonder what the fuck Chib's done this week. You're going in hoping for a good episode, but you just get disappointed.
I hope so.
On the whole thing of
glad you can see that though.
How that guy enjoyed the era. That's sort of the same reasons. Like I said, it's my least favorite of the New Who eras, but I get a lot of enjoyment out of its unpredictability.
That's a good point.
and you know, the Timeless Children stuff, I'm still there kind of hanging out on what my verdict is on it, just because we don't know anything. We just know the reveal. We don't know the ramifications of it. And that's exciting to me. It's the first time we've sort of had like a cliffhanger of a series sort of leave you that vague of a, I don't know, you know, you've got a lot of answers you still need, and we've not really had that kind of thing. At least maybe the only other time is like when season 5 didn't reveal what the silence was, but even then it's just like the silence is just a word. Like who really cares?
Quintin reviews.
Never heard of him.
It kind of got me thinking. I was actually going to bring that up at the end of the show, but it is what it is. But yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, I hope that, because obviously I'm not a huge fan of it, but I just hope, I know you see it like that. I hope other people do. I love the show with all my heart. It's my favorite show. It'll always be my favorite show. We're just going through a bit of a, like every relationship, you go through that weird, like the honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah.
And you're wondering why you still keep going to them, but you do every time because you love it, really.
Totally. It's been a while since we've done an ep, Connor. It feels like ages.
I've missed it.
Yeah, so have I. A lot.
I missed it so much. Because I was out for lunch on Sunday with Mitchell, and I was like, I'll quickly text Aiden to see what time we're filming tomorrow. And Aiden says we're filming Thursday, and I was like, bruh, what's going on? Sent me.
I think almost 2 weeks since. Obviously, we recorded. We planned ahead so that it wouldn't seem like there was a gap. You know, you still get the weekly episodes, but because of me shooting, we had to sort of shuffle things around these last couple of weeks, and I have really missed it.
I've really missed it too, and I watched this episode like a while ago, so
Same.
I feel like I haven't watched Some Time to Party yet. I'm going to watch it tonight, I think, or at least one of them. But I watched this episode like over a week ago, so
yeah, same, totally
but,
same.
Hey, it is what it is. Life moves on.
It is, and this episode is Planet of the Ood. What an odd Ood. Connor, shall we go into the theme song, buddy?
Let's do it, baby. 50% cat.
Oh no, dancing Connor, that should be a gif.
So I just went to get some tissues because my sparkling water's making a bit of a mess.
You're so posh. You sparkling water, you posh twat.
I don't drink on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, Aiden. So this is what
it's Thursday, and that's beer day.
Yeah, I respect it. You know, if anyone wants to do it, go ahead. I am trying to lose weight and kick the habit, so I'm back doing it. Chris was kind of threw a spanner in the mix, but we're back. So
very nice, very nice. Anyways, like I said, today we're here to talk about Planet of the Ood, which, if you were wondering, is the third episode of the fourth series of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who. It was broadcast on BBC One on the 19th of April 2008. It features the return of the Ood, who appeared in the second series episodes, The Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. The episode takes place in the year 4126 on the Ood sphere, the titular planet of the episode. The Doctor, David Tennant, and his companion, Donna Noble, Catherine Tate, investigate Ood operations, a company that is selling the Ood as a servant race, to discover the reason the Ood are happy to serve. When they find a group of unprocessed Ood, they become horrified at the alterations performed and resolve to free the Ood. The episode was well received for its central theme of slavery.
I just read that with you. So yeah.
Well, yeah. Did you? You're not allowed to do that. You're meant to listen to me do it. You don't read it along the way.
Well, Aiden, the way I'm looking at it now is that, like, I feel like I was never like you with this show. You're always so prepared. You always make notes. You're so good. And I just come in and go, all right, I'll just talk about it on top of my head. So now, I did it last week. I've just got the Wikipedia up. It helps
what the fans
me think.
Expect?
Not much. I don't think. I don't think they expect much. That's okay. That's okay. I hope they know we love them. We will always love you.
Yeah. Oh well. So we got Graham Harper back directing again, my favourite, and written by Keith Temple. Let's have a look at this. I don't recall the name.
I think you only wrote this episode, and that was it.
Yeah, just this episode. There you go.
Let's give a quick shout out to Graham Harper.
Woo! We love Graham Harper. The man knows how to direct. You know, I was reading up.
He does.
You know how like famous directors and stuff often have like a shot or something in their films that it's like, oh yeah, that's a Christopher Nolanism. That's a Tarantinoism.
I know what you're gonna say, by the way, but go on.
Why have you seen this?
I know what it is.
The Graham Harperism.
Yes, I do.
It's seeing the characters through in like a warped form through like a window or a magnifying glass.
Or a magnifying glass, yeah. I think he does it in every one but like 2 episodes of his, or maybe just 1. Yeah. But he does it in all of them. Yeah, that's his thing, I guess.
Pretty crazy, pretty cool. I never picked up on that, but
thank you, TARDIS Wiki. Thank you, with peace and love.
Thank you, TARDIS Wiki.
For saving our asses every week. And giving us something to talk about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, Connor. Start us off. What did you think of Planet of the Ood? Let's go from start to the finish.
Okay. Are you ready for Aiden?
No, I'm not, but we're going to do it anyways.
I really did. Oh no, don't say that. What do you mean? Fuck.
I don't know where I sit with it, man. I guess as we talk about it, maybe I'll make a more conclusive opinion, but I can't say it really stuck with me much. Like I said, I watched it like a week and a half. Granted, that was a very busy week and a half of mine, but I never really thought about it that much in that time, you know? Like Fires and Pompeii, I was thinking about that shit for days afterwards. Planet of the Ood, I feel like I watched and then I'd feel obliged a few days later to think about it. And I was like, oh, you know, what did I think of Planet of the Ood? And then I just kind of forget my thoughts instantly.
Interesting. Okay. Well, okay, I had the complete opposite.
Connor, I don't hate it.
That's all right.
We'll get into it. And I don't have notes, but as we go, we'll discuss it. But I think there's a lot of pros to the episode. And to be honest, not many cons. But let's just get into it.
I don't like the beginning before the credits. I think it's pretty cheesy. It starts with this kind of like cheesy advert for the Ood.
That's a bit shit. Hello, it is your boy, half of the 50% Doctor Who podcast right here. Once again, it is me, Aiden, from the future. Today, in this episode, we did have a few audio technical difficulties. You know, it happened. We're using Google Drive, Audacity, Zoom. There's a lot of things happening. So these things, they happen from time to time. Let us off. We've done 4 seasons of this, and we haven't missed a week other than when we took a time off Christmas. So that's why this episode is delayed. It did take a bit longer to edit, but we've got there. We're happy. We've got something together. There's just going to be a couple of moments coming up where I'm going to be here in the future, in my office, in the edit suite, and I'm going to walk us through a little bit of, like, I guess what led to which conversation, what's happening. It's going to be a bit of a home camp. It's only for a short period of the podcast, not as bad as I actually thought it was. But sit back, relax, and I guess enjoy a slightly different version of the show than you're used to. I'll speak to you soon. Firstly, we talk about some of the CGI issues in relation to the episode.
Very CGI heavy, and it sadly doesn't hold up. It does take me out of the episode a lot, but I do like how they do like a lot of like there's a few practical stuff. The rocket in particular was very, very naff. I did like how it was the same design as the other rocket, just like different colors that we saw in that Impossible Planet. Yeah, I noticed that.
It provided like a nice link there, but it just CGI, didn't really hold up.
I love how they found the Ood in the snow, and they can hear the beautiful score from Murray. You feel a tremendous amount of fear when you see the red eye. They always used to really terrify me when they would just become like rabid animals, almost like fucking dogs with like becomes a killing machine. And also I love how Donna picks up the translator and it's like no you don't have to do that. But you see the Ood escape.
The thing with the Ood escape that I couldn't really get around, not so much the escape, but just like what the red eye Ood do. What the fuck? I don't know if you can hear. There's just like endless beeping from cars just down the road from me. That's a bit weird. Anyways, when the Ood like capture people, they like jump on them and then they're just like just onto their face. And I'm like, what are they doing? Are they what's happening to that person's face in that moment? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hello, it's me again. More technical issues, yada yada yada. I promise this is the last time you're going to notice it throughout the episode. I've managed to salvage the rest of the episode, so that's fine. There was just a couple of moments here and there. What we're going into now is discussing some of the really dramatic, really serious themes and thematics that are involved in the episode. Unfortunately, the majority of Connor's side of this conversation was lost, so we kind of do come into the conversation about halfway through when I start to say my piece. But from there on, we're pretty much smooth sailing. You might notice a slight little edit here and there, but I think I've done a pretty good job in masking it all. Don't want to toot my own horn. Anyways, I'll shut up now and enjoy the rest of the episode. Thank you very much. Totally. Which I think is definitely like a massive highlight of it. They knew what they wanted to do with it, and I totally respect that. And I think they executed it brilliantly. Like I think that side thematically of it just comes across really well. What did you think of 'cause obviously those scenes are well done and stuff, and then we get kind of a relatively cool and one of the only action scenes in this episode when the Doctor's running away from the crane. What did you think of that?
I love it.
It was good, hey.
I think it's stuck in.
The thing that kept taking me out of it was the guy that was controlling the crane. Whenever it got to him, he just sat there laughing like a maniac. He's like, "Ah, I'll get you, Doctor!" Like he's crazy, and it's
pretty funny.
It took me out of it every time.
I just love how like he's having so much fun, fucking trying to kill the Doctor. And then the Ood go rabid, man. They go rabid. There's all these like there's all those like businessmen. It's like, oh no, you made him sad, and then he fucking just dies. And it's like, I'm like, oh god.
I was gonna say in that in the shipping container scene, the very start of that action sequence, I thought is sick. Just the way it's executed with no score, and you just hear like the groaning machinery of like. And then you see the core, and then the score kicks in. There was like a really cool moment of suspense where they didn't rely on Murray's score for once, which was really great.
Also, my favourite line from the episode, which I thought was fantastic, and it really, as a viewer, makes you sit back and go, holy fuck, is when Donna says to the Doctor, she's like, so is this what you do? Do you just take your companions around the universe trying to show them what's wrong with everything about it? And he says, well, what about Earth? And she says, there's nothing wrong with Earth anymore. Like, we don't do slavery anymore. That was in the past. And he says, who do you think made your clothes? That's such a great line.
Totally.
That's such a great line. And it just makes you think. Because, I don't know, normally I watch the episodes in my underwear, but mostly I'm wearing clothes. And, like, it just makes you think. Because you're like, shit, I'm always wearing clothes. And, yeah, they're probably made in a sweatshop in China or somewhere else.
Totally.
And a line like that just really stuck out to me.
How good was that scene in the cell where Donna listens to the music and we hear the music and it's so moving.
Donna as a companion her first 2 trips have been traumatic.
Been pretty fucked up, eh?
Like no other companions had it that fucking shit.
Yeah, because then she's like, I want to go home. And it's like, I totally see why, man. This has been pretty fucked up for you so far.
First of all, she saw thousands of people die in Pompeii. And now she's seeing helpless animals, creatures being sold off to rich people to be slaves. And they're born with their brains in their hands and they just get converted into being slaves. And she's like, I'm out, and I can't blame her.
That is funny when you see the Ood like plop its brain out and it's like into its hands.
It's like, okay. They're born with their brains in their hands. It's so do they just grow up to that size and then pop them out? Like,
I don't know.
I've got many questions, man. Many questions.
Many.
And I guess they can't even talk to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
And
the score again is beautiful.
Totally.
And the performances from David and Catherine again are so great. What do you? So we're already seen it once at this point of the episode. What do you think of the brain, the pig ass Ood brain,
the big CGI brain? Look, it's as a plot point, it's a little weird, but it works. As a, I don't even know, man. Sorry, I'm yawning. As in the bloody later scenes when you see people get thrown into it and they like CGI fall into it. It looks like shit. It's not threatening. I don't think it's supposed to be, so it's weird that they did that kind of thing to it. And 2, it reminded me so much of the Nesting Consciousness, like the whole set when they're looking over at it.
Right.
I was just kind of expecting to see like the classic that the
Nicholas Briggs doing that accent. Yeah.
Was that a really good impression?
It was pretty good.
I hope it was.
That was like Nicholas Briggs style.
No. Was that better?
It was good. It was good.
Thanks,
I especially like the part where they give the brain a shot of hair tonic, and you hear it go. I'm like,
very nice,
very interesting. And then it's War of the Planet of the Ood.
Yeah, it's a little bit murky in my head from there. I just remember Ood running, some people shooting, and then eventually they get into the throne room or whatever, the brain room,
the House of Brain. I remember watching this episode when I was younger and being like, this is so cool, like this is like an Ood revolution. I remember thinking it was like hell cool because it was like pretty violent and pretty it was like it's a bit edgy, like it was more of an edgy episode. And I'm sounding a lot less I'm sounding like I don't enjoy it. I really loved it. I really did. Like I did. Like, it's been a long time since I watched this. I'm struggling to find things to talk about. But I always thought the Ood Revolution was really cool, and I thought the fact that it was in snow as well was a really cool idea.
That was nice.
This is cool.
There was lots of, like you said, they were a little CGI heavy, but lots of cool wide landscape shots, which I think is something that we start to slowly lose once Russell leaves. There's a bit of it here and there in early Moffat, in like season 5 and stuff, but we very quickly lose these massive landscape shots, and that was when in not the Timeless Children, in Spyfall Part 2, when we saw Gallifrey in that wide again, I was like, oh fuck, it's so good to see like a massive alien landscape, you know. Just felt like ages since we'd seen one.
I agree. I think the direction this season so far has been really good and enjoyable. So I think the scene where they all get locked up, well, the Doctor and Donna get like handcuffed, and I love how Donna like completely rips into the manager and it's just like, they're born with their brains in their hands. Of course they did this, you idiot. And Doctor's like, oh, go Donna. I'm like, they're so fucking good together. And I love how Donna just like speaks her mind and is like hell like open about everything. And the Dr. Donna friend, and Dr. Donna comes back, doesn't it?
What was that?
The Dr. Donna comes back.
It does, doesn't it?
In the final, there's so much stuff that like has been dropped in these episodes that relates back to the final. We
also get a it's a bit weird how it's just like a one reference to it, but we also get that one reference at the end of this episode with your song is ending soon.
Yeah.
Which obviously leads to the end of time.
And because of course Ood Sigma comes back one more time. And also the bees get mentioned again. The bees disappearing get mentioned again, and of course, Ood Sigma says that. That was such a because obviously we knew it was. I don't know actually. I don't know if we did know it was David's last season. I think we did, and we just knew he was going to do a couple afterwards. But we knew he was leaving, and when that line hit, I was like, shit. Like when I was younger, I was like, fuck. Like I remember. Everyone like really was upset because like we just knew he was going soon, and that's like the first mention of David leaving.
I definitely
so much foreshadowing and shit.
I knew fuck all about David leaving when I watched this, because I'll save the story for when we do Stolen Earth and Journey's End.
Okay.
But that cliffhanger there, that fucking sent me as a kid. Like that shit cray.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, Ood Sigma gets told to leave to go to his. I love how they're like, oh, we're gonna kill all the Ood. We're just gonna break the transmission. We're all gonna fucking get fried.
Yeah.
And he's like, the man just like, you've been very faithful. Go with your people before the end. And it's like pretty much saying, all right, you can go back to your people because you're about to fucking die anyway. You might as well be around your race. And it's like, okay. And but Ood Sigma, he up to no good.
Oh shit, sister.
He up to no good because they go back into the brain room. And of course, like I said, the bloke who's with him is like, we're friends of the Ood. And he pushes him in. And let's get ready for probably the scene I struggled to watch the most as a child since Empty Child, I would say. The Ood like transformation scene is really fucking. It was really fucking crazy.
Pretty full on. It's pretty weird though. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's full on and it's kind of confronting, but it's just a little bit weird. Something just not right about it. And I think it's meant to be. It's meant to make you uncomfortable and shit, but it was just a bit bizarre.
It goes from a really cool practical, like, pulling the skin off to a shot that looks not that great with all the tentacles coming out. And then it just cuts to a full-on blown Ood head.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, that was pretty quick. Where's the rest of the fucking skin? Like, now it's like a full-blown Ood.
Yeah.
And it's like, to see an Ood in a suit looks so fucking weird. It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. And then Ood Boy ends up in the Brain Boy, doesn't he?
Yes. So, yeah, the whole brain thing, and you're right, the people that fall into it CGI-wise looks fucking shit. But the circle gets broken. And the song that plays, I notice it plays at the end of Season 4. I think it's called The Song of Freedom or something like that.
Da 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 da
Murray just got to the end of the season and was like, I like that piece.
Wow.
I was just thinking though, do you think he got to the end of the season and was like, I really like
we need a song.
Like, I really like that piece, I did. Do you think I could just use it again? It's a great song though. The Song of Freedom.
I mean, it's called Song of Freedom, so I guess it's fitting for both parts.
That's true. They beat the Daleks and they beat the fucking Red-Eyed Ood. The circle was broken.
And the
circle must be broken.
The circle must be broken.
And
so
boy,
then,
we fucking zoomed through that. So now the final scene is fuck, we zoomed through that shit. I guess we're both just fucking.
That's what I mean. It's all a bit murky. Like, there's really great moments, but I just don't know how much there is to talk about.
You're killing me, Aiden. I was so gassed to talk about this. It took so fucking long for us to get here. I literally love this episode. I'm gonna give it a really high rating when we get there, and you're gonna be like, "What? What do you mean? You didn't say anything you liked about it?
You know nothing about film."
Yeah, you didn't say anything good about it, but I really liked it. Like, the ending's really cute, and the score's still playing, and Ood Sigma's like, "Our children's children will sing songs of the Dr. Donna," and of course we get that little hint towards David leaving, and it ends, and I was like, I loved it. It doesn't sound like I loved it, but I did.
Yeah. I don't know. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Just didn't stick with me. I just when I make myself think about it, I do remember specific moments like the scene in the cells and the ending scene, and all those sort of confronting scenes that make the episode are the scenes that I do remember.
Mm-hmm.
But all the scenes in between, the little action bits, I do not recall, other than the giant crane thing, just because how can you not forget the giant crane with the guy going the whole time?
Right.
Like, it's, yeah.
I think what I like about the episode is that I think it's a risky episode. I think it's different from
risque.
a lot of stuff that happens in the show, and it was a good commentary on stuff.
It is a brilliant commentary. There's a great moment in the shipping containers, right, when they open it, and because the first one they go into coincidentally has like just 10 ood in it,
right,
and the next one they go into, the lights all turn on, and like row by row all the lights come on, and it shows like 1,000 ood in this one shipping container.
Right.
And I thought that was a pretty neat bit of direction, the way they did that with the lights turning on from the back to the front, and 2, it was equally confronting.
The circle must be broken. What is the circle?
Tell
me. What is it? Fucking David.
I do not know. I do not know.
So is that it then? Like, I guess, like, do you reckon because we haven't had any like ood stories since, really. I mean, they show up. One shows up in Doctor's Wife.
Yeah,
that's been taken over by a house.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the ood is just this like fucking just a species that can get fucked over by anyone who has a bit of power over them.
We have surely. I think there's like one more appearance of an ood, isn't there?
Well, they randomly show up in places like they're in.
Oh, they were in Revolution of the
Magician's
Daleks.
Apprentice. Yeah, they're in. There's one in Magician's Apprentice.
Is there?
I think. Yeah, it's in the bar. It's in my. They're always in like bars. Like just. I think there's one in End of Time Part 2.
Yes, there is. Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of like a single ood, just seeing. Like, because the larger story of the ood, I think, is told within the 3 episodes we've had. But I think just in terms of like making the universe feel like lived in and a bit more connected, I think maybe seeing them a little more common than we do, as just a rich family having a slave ood, I think would be kind of cool. There is, lest we forget, your favorite part of the Doctor Who universe. In Time Lord Victorious, there is Brian the Ood.
Okay, so I don't know anything about this, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, he's an ood in a suit as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I thought I'd seen that somewhere.
I
mean, have you been following that at all? Have you been a weekly listener?
No, I kind of wanted to somehow follow, whether it was through like YouTube videos explaining it, but none of them had come up. The closest thing I did was I watched the first part of that Daleks story. Is Time Lord Victoria still going? Is it still going? I know there's that time fracture thing. But other than that,
Time Lord Victorious was the biggest blue balls I've ever gotten, and that's coming from me. All right. Like, what the fuck?
Time Lord Victorious,
happy and glorious. So bad. Like, they really fucked that one, didn't they?
It's just like, it was just a lot, and none of it really, like, I think if they had a bit more of like it connected to an episode of the show somehow, like a new episode of the show, or there was like an animation that wasn't the shitty Dalek animation. Even though people have said it's actually alright. But if there was like a proper...
It's pretty mixed, isn't it? If people like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, if there was just like an animation that featured like the 10th Doctor and stuff that went along with it. Like, I'd probably get around it, you know? But, yeah. Man.
Okay,
police,
I can hear that now.
Everything's happening.
Normally I can't hear it, but I can hear that.
Yeah, this... I live in a quiet suburb near the ocean. Normally I can just hear the waves of a night time. Doof. Doof. But now all I can hear is the new news. The new news. Makes me sad. That's all I want to say. Yeah, I think Time Lord Victorious is done. Other than Time Fracture, and there is one thing coming out, which is it's just merchandise, which is the Time Lord Victorious and Brian the Ood. But in fact, just in terms of the general storytelling of it, it's done, and I really couldn't tell you what it's about. I have heard nobody talk about it. If anyone out there could enlighten us and tell us what the plot from start to finish, I don't care about spoilers, for Time Lord Victorious is, let me know, because I'm genuinely curious.
We got something that was so convoluted, hard to follow. You had to be a fucking millionaire to buy the whole damn thing.
I fucking forgot about it, man. I won't lie. I totally forgot about it until this conversation.
It disgusts me, Aiden, quite frankly.
It's disgusting. I hate it.
I can't even begin to tell you how upset I am. I thought it sounded like such a cool idea. I remember when you first sent it to me, I was like, maybe this is going to be almost like a what if the Doctor went mad and drunk with power and went back to Gallifrey, changed time and fucked with everyone. Do we get that? No,
sir.
We get some weird ass Dalek animation, and
we get the boys.
And when you complain to Big Finish, they say, "You're lucky you got that." All right, you're lucky you got that.
You know what's weird?
Doctor Who fans, all you do is complain. We'll give you Eccleston, all right? Now fucking shut up.
We'll give you Eccleston. You know what's weird? It's not to do with Time Lord Victorious, but do you know the whole thing about like the Target book range of that's always been a thing? Do you know about that?
Probably if you explain it. I'm not completely sure.
So like for years, like I'm talking in Classic Who as well, they would release some of the stories, like the episodes in book form in the Target range they were called.
Oh yeah.
So they'd be like novelization of episodes. You'd probably maybe have heard of that they didn't do them for years and years, but then I think they brought them back with Rose and The Day the Doctor.
Oh yeah.
And they usually get the writers of the episode to write the novel, which they did, which is cool. So they've just announced a bunch more. They've got like a few classic ones. They're doing the TV movie. They're doing Dalek. And yeah, a couple of others. But then they're doing, I believe this is the first 13th Doctor one they're doing. And it is...
Ghost Monument.
No, it is the weirdest episode to do. And I don't know why they've chosen this one for it. The Witchfinders.
Yeah. Okay. That is interesting.
The Muddy Boys.
I'm trying to find positives out of this, Aiden. You're not helping me much. You should say something good about it.
I don't know, man.
Man, I've given up hope on the BBC. What are they doing? Like,
don't try and reason
they just
with
post
the
memes on their Instagram page.
Crazy decisions.
That's all iPlayer does, and they're funny. But I'm like, where's the love for Time Lord Victorious? Which was the biggest wasted opportunity since the fucking Star Wars new trilogy. I'm calling it out.
Stop fucking thinking about it, alright? Let's move on. Shall we move on to Australia's favourite segment?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for Goof of the Week!
Oh, yeah!
So, you're not doing your little riff you used to do with your mouth anymore. No,
of course I am.
I shouldn't have said anything.
That's classic, man. I can't leave that out.
Well, you did, until I said something about it. I think there was like a couple of small things I noticed in the app, but nothing that big, and I don't recall any of them from the top of my head. So I don't have any goofs of the episode this week. Do you,
mate?
Connor?
Even if I did, I don't know if I'd remember it. It was so long ago that I watched this episode. I don't think I could remember it.
It's only like a week and a bit ago, but still.
For me, Aiden, that's like 3 years, hey. Like, honestly. Dead set. I physically can't remember anything from this episode. I wish.
Anyways, that's why our good friend TARDIS Wiki is here to help us out.
Oh, yes.
So you're not reading these, are you?
No.
Good. I could see you reading shit, and I was like, you better not be fucking reading TARDIS Wiki, you simp.
No.
So, TARDIS Wiki has 4 production errors for us this week. Soon after the Doctor and Donna are blasted backward, fake snow is flung onto the visible screen and sticks in place, which clearly indicates the presence of an outdoor camera that has been used to film the sequence. Wow, classic. So Lana says to helpen the alcohol is not allowed on base. Oh, sorry. Why can't I read? So Lana says to helpen that alcohol is not allowed on base. Yet alcohol was served when the buyers arrived.
I thought
that is true, isn't it?
I literally thought that. Isn't that more of a plot hole than a goof? But I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a plot hole is a goof. True. I don't know.
Yeah, go on.
So, when Halpin pours the hair tonic onto the Ood brain, the glass was empty. But when he says he is finished here, it is now full. However, Ood Sigma might have refilled it for him.
These fucking people are trying to bloody defend that shit.
Yeah, they're trying to cover up those mistakes.
Cover up that production error, please, TARDIS Wiki.
When Donna says that Delta 50 Ood has died, the actor can be clearly seen taking a large breath when Donna approaches him. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Oh, well, that's it from TARDIS Wiki. Not much.
Well, that's what happens when fucking Graham directs, man.
Yeah, they're pretty flawless,
Graham.
aren't they?
God bless him. Good
old bloody Graham. Anyways, shall we move on to Australia's second favourite segment?
Let's do it. It's
It's
what?
It's behind the scenes! Oh, mate. Alright. So, we know the writer of the episode was Keith Temple. His early drafts of the episode were considered and described as being too dark and too old Doctor Who. He stated on the episode's commentary that his early draft was a 6-part serial in 45 minutes. Wow. Temple and Davies thought the episode was a fun reappearance of an old monster. Instead, they felt there was an actual story to tell. Temple emphasized in his script that the Doctor overlooked the Ood under the shadow of the Devil, which is so true, and I'm so glad that they did come back and address that this episode. Hey,
they did, yeah. It's a quick little throwback.
Yeah, which is really cool.
I liked it, yeah.
Donna's role in the episode was to further humanize the Doctor, which I can totally see, because I guess the Doctor does become very alienated sometimes, and I think it does take a good companion to bring him back, and that's something that Donna has really done in the last few episodes. I'm so sorry that my phone just went off, everybody. That's so sorry.
Yeah, I totally agree. Donna is literally the best at that, like, which is making me love her so much.
She's great. She is great. I don't know. I'm reading this for the first time as I go, just looking for things that look interesting. I usually try and read these before we go on so that I know what I'm looking for, but sometimes I'm just not that prepared. The episode's antagonist, Kleinman Halpin, what a dumb name, is portrayed by Tim McClenary. David considered his character a middle manager who's out of his depth, a perfect villain. Temple describes him as narcissistic, purring, and ruthless without sentiment. Yeah, I guess that all matches up. Nothing really gossipy here, is there?
Gossip, man.
Filming of the episode took place in August 2007. The opening and closing outdoor scenes were filmed in Trafil Quarry in Brecon Beacons. The external scenes of the complex at Aberthor Cement Works and scenes in the battery farm were filmed in a hangar at RAF St. Alton. CGI was used sparingly in production. Really? The snow
Jesus, that's not right.
The snow was paper snow adhered by water, and the Ood heads contained complex animatronics. Yeah, they do, and they look really good. McInnery wore a prosthetic mask with 2 layers for his transformation scene. Though the production team's best boy provided motion capture for the capture-generated profile of the appendages coming out of his mouth. That shot though. Oh my god, I just remember that shot.
Yeah, that shot is pretty fucked up. It's not great. I'll give you that. It's not great.
It literally looks like it's sucking dick.
It's definitely not great, but that's okay.
Oh, that's what it's like. Sorry, I was halfway through reading a fact. That is actually kind of interesting. So the best boy provided motion capture for the computer-generated profile of the appendages coming out of his mouth when this needed to be refilmed, and McIlnery was unavailable, so they had to refilm that sequence, or at least a bit of that sequence when the Ood was coming out. So that's interesting. That's a bit about it for behind the scenes of Planet of the Ood. Pretty standard, to be honest.
Man, I can't believe I was gassed this episode. Like, the more I think about it, like, I don't know, maybe because it's just been a while.
It's a bit silly.
Who knows?
It's good. It's critically acclaimed though, so it's one of those ones where I'm like, am I just not seeing something? Like, I think I'm seeing what people find amazing about it, and I enjoy those things. But I just think it's maybe a little bit murky in parts, and there's a lot going on, and also just like it's not that exciting. I'm not saying that a really emotionally grounded episode of Who needs to be exciting, but there's just sometimes I just go to a scene and the production design inside of the Ood, the Ood HQ, I don't know, where they sell the Ood, just was kind of boring. And I'm like, I don't know if I really give a fuck about this right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, each is their own. Mm-hmm. Each is their fucking own.
Damn straight, sister.
Bye,
Damn
sister.
Straight. Hi, sisters.
Bye, sister.
Anyways, Connor, shall we move on to our ratings then?
Sure. Oh no.
What?
Bruh.
What?
Nothing. My Adobe just fucking quit on me. That's alright. We're still going. Alright, I'm gonna... Ooh.
You just fucking scared me then, mate.
Sorry, now.
Jeez, I thought you were going to say you just lost all your footage. All your sound.
Alright. So, I was going to give it like higher, but now that we've fucking spoken about it, Aiden's negative ass attitude has fucking beaten
I'm
me
not
down.
negative. I just enjoy it, but it just didn't stick with me, and it just felt kind of like, it just felt like another David episode. I think I watched this season a lot as a kid, so maybe it's not jumping out to me as much as it would have otherwise.
Fair enough. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I was originally going to give it a 9.
Whoa, you are.
I wasn't give it a 9, but I think the more I think about it, it's got its problems, but I'm going to give it a 9.
Interesting. I'm going to give it a big fat 7.
Fair enough.
7.
That's not bad. I thought you were going to give it less, to be honest.
Nah, don't worry. I'll save that for next week.
Oh no! Aiden hates season 4 confirmed.
I fucking loved season 4 as a kid, man. But I'm just watching it now and I'm like, it's just like,
oh no.
It's not got the legs of season 3, man. Season 3 has fucking legs, bro.
It's
giving you them bangers of Human Nature, Family and Blood, totally different Doctor Who episodes than we used to. Blink, the Doctor Who Light episode, Spooky Villain, what else? The Utopia, the big master twist. Things like, just Martha as a companion in general. Season 3 has legs. Season 4, it's like bringing back the companion we've already seen before. She's funny and she's great. But the only thing that season 4... Oh, my phone. Why haven't I learned to put my phone on silent with 4 seasons in? The only thing that I think season 4 is really bringing to the table is a couple of heartbreaking scenes showing how difficult time travel with a Doctor can actually be. But other than that, I'm still to be pleased by season 4, but I am looking at them later episodes and I'm like, it's coming. It's coming, I know it.
Yeah, so I've just been fucking... I don't know, I'm so keen for the final. Like, I'm so keen for it. I literally cannot wait. I think that's going to be so fucking sick.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a while to get there, but that's okay. I'm excited for this entire two-parter. I assume you've seen both parts, and that's okay. I haven't watched them yet, but I think it'll be
fun. I watched them yesterday.
I'm probably going to, when we finish this, I'm probably going to go up there and watch it after this.
Yeah, you do that, Connor.
I will.
And we'll record our opinions on Monday.
Classic us.
That is classic us, if I knew us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much more to say.
Yeah. I really thought I'd have a lot to say, but here we go.
It's just like the obvious shit, like it's obviously really great at how it represents slavery and things like animal cruelty, and they somehow managed to combine these two things, which are to an extent different, but they humanize these species in a really impeccable way, to be honest, and that is something that is great to see, that kind of thing in Doctor Who, an episode that I suppose at the time, maybe on first viewing, really makes you talk, Yeah. Makes you question some things, especially with quotes like you said, where David's like, "Who do you think stole your clothes?" I can imagine some kids maybe turning to their parents and being like, "Mummy, Daddy, what does that mean? who sewed together my clothes?"
That's a good point.
Not that I did. I was, I'm just so smart as a child. I was so intelligent. Kidding. Fuck.
That was a quote from Aiden himself as a kid.
Shh. No, it wasn't. I'm so silly. I'm so silly this week, Connor.
That's right, man.
I don't know why.
That's okay.
Fuck yeah. I don't know. Go Graham Harper. Go Keith Temple. Any last notes from you, Connor? Any other topical things to talk about? We're a little short this week. So
a few words from the firing squad. No, a few words for the firing squad, I should say.
What?
I haven't had any dinner yet. That's the thing to talk about, I guess.
I thought you bought some. This is
I did. I bought dinner, and I said, it's literally sitting in front of me. I haven't eaten it yet. I bought dinner.
That's great.
But it's sitting.
What a thrilling segment on this amazing podcast.
It has not much to do with Doctor Who, but I was going to bring up that whole thing about how everyone who dislikes Jodie and Chibnall is a racist and a sexist. I'm just joking. You got to be so careful these days because, dude, the Doctor Who community is so fucking hostile.
Here's something we haven't spoken about. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
How have we? I know we spoke weeks ago that there was like a Weeping Angel scene in the streets, but I don't know if we've mentioned the beach pics, them sexy beach bods on them Weeping Angels.
Yes, so Weeping Angels are confirmed, Aiden. Confirmed.
Officially, Jodie was there, so it's definitely Series 13. Jodie looked pretty fucking pissed off. Looked like a shit shoot. I would hate to be on set there.
Yeah, with peace and love.
Be Doctor Who.
With peace and love.
It looked miserable.
Yeah, it did. With peace and love. I'm just saying, it did look bad. I mean, imagine having to film through COVID plus not only that, just the fact that it looked fucking freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolutely freezing. But
shocking. Did you see as well, there's just really dumb people on Twitter being like, the person that posted the first video of it, actually, their video was captioned, just gone out for my morning exercise soon as we were on tier 5 lockdown here in Wales. I don't know how the tier system works in the UK. That's not my business. But they were like, yeah, just, I'm in tier 5, just going for my morning walk before I go back home. And then I saw this. Doctor Who is being filmed.
Whoa.
When was this an essential job? And then there was like so many people being like, what the fuck? Why is Doctor Who allowed to be filmed? The BBC's trying to tell us to stay at home. Meanwhile, they're still making fucking Doctor Who. And I'm like, bro, what are you on? They are allowed to do it. It's in the government rules is that film and television production can still continue in the UK. Obviously, with social distancing and bubbles and whatever the fuck they have to do. I don't know. Once again, that's not my business. And people are like losing their shit on Twitter. And then there's other people that are just like screenshotting the government rules and like, you're dumb. Yeah, like, it's silly.
Yeah.
Sorry, rant over.
Nah, that's the thing though. Yeah, like, they're obviously following the protocols that they have to. And that's fine. As long as you do that, there's no issue.
Yeah, it's clean.
Because they'll probably be the first to fucking complain when there isn't any Doctor Who. Like, wow, how lazy are the people at Doctor Who not even making this season this year? And it's like, hang on a minute.
Can't even film during COVID, bitches.
What losers? And they do it and they're like, how dare they? You're a disgrace.
So insensitive.
You're an absolute disgrace. Nah, look, everyone seems to be being safe and wearing a mask and that shit. And, doing their thing. And it's like, come on, guys, let's just let it go. Let's let it happen. But yeah, there's Weeping Angels. And Sontarans and shit. Happy days. It'll be great to see them. I hope they're done well. Do I think it will be done well? Not really, but I'll still be there watching it on day one.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And it'll be good. It'll be good to review it because Revolution of the Daleks did pretty well rating-wise. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'll just leave that there for now.
It did do well, didn't it? But to be fair, it has been doing well.
I mean, our ratings.
Yeah, no, it's been doing well rating-wise. Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, it always did. Like with Jodie's era, at least.
What? Are we on the same page?
Are you talking about the ratings that Revolution got?
I'm talking about our podcast ratings and how Revolution of the Daleks got a good rating.
Oh, did it now?
Yeah.
And he
sent pics.
Oh yeah, true. And are you trying to say that since then it's gone down? Aiden's like, well,
no, we definitely dropped off in season 3. It was a bit concerning, but then Revolution has picked us back up, and so if you're a new fan,
fucking bacon.
We're literally chatting shit for the past 10 minutes. So I'm really sorry, actually, if you're listening to this, because it's a bit shit, isn't it?
Everyone loves a riff, Aiden.
Just riffity raff, rough Russell. That's us.
That's us. Hooray!
Should we end this before
let's end this fucking shit show
into traffic? This is a mess.
So I can eat my
Planet of the
fucking
Ood,
dinner.
I guess it was kind of good. It exists. Other than that, thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter at 50 Doctor Who. Follow me on Twitter at Greenie_Pro. Follow Connor on Twitter at Hannum Connor. Connor on YouTube at Connor Hannum. And me on YouTube at Greenie Production. What a time. Connor, would you like... Oh, fuck me. I just got hit with a wave of tiredness. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Would you like to lead us out in song? It's what I was going to say.
I would love to do that, Aiden, with Peace and Love.
Yeah, the boys. Peace and love.
Okay. I can't find my reel this week, so a spoon's going to have to do.
No.
Alright. Are you ready, Aiden?
The ruler has the name on it.
Yeah, I misplaced it, but I'll have it next week, Aiden. Don't you worry.
Hold. Yawning. Alright, I'm good. Let's go. Let's sing, baby. Let's sing.
Are you ready? And 1, and a 2 and a skiddly diddly doo.
It's Aiden's and Connor's podcast. Doing Doctor Who reviews. Doing Doctor Who reviews.
Whose idea to fucking smack the mic? Bitch. Wow.
I don't. I have no words for what just happened.